the only thing that's keeping you prisoner in your life, the only reason why you miss freedom, it is because we are outsourcing our happiness. Let me explain this. Think about all the reasons why you don't feel perfectly amazing all the time. Think about all the reasons why, you're not feeling contentment all the time. And what you will find is that your mind is telling you that the sources of that suffering are some way outside. Like it's not you. It's maybe people, maybe circumstances in your life or events. Everything seems to be out there some way. And you would like to have more money. You would like to have more people saying how great you are. You would like to have a bigger house. You would like to have a better career. You would like to have relationships, anything, all the time. That's the reason why you don't feel great. And at the same time, we do say that our happiness, our joy is dependent outside, because it's basically saying the same thing. Saying that something outside of you can create happiness in you, or that something outside of you can create suffering inside of you. It's exactly saying the same thing. So we tend to think that we're going to find happiness the day that I finally get this. We're going to find happiness the day that I get rid of this. When I solve my problems. When life is not uncomfortable. That's when I will find peace and happiness. But that's exactly the reason why we never find it. Because we're looking in the wrong place all along. So if you want to be free, you have to recognize your power to make you suffer. So you have to recognize, when you are responsible for yourself, really, when you're free, it's the moment that you tap and you recognize also your freedom. So this is something no mind wants to think about. Nobody wants to talk about body in the sense of a separated being. Don't want to talk about this because basically all our thoughts are justifying that suffering, or the source of our suffering, or the source of everything that feels wrong. It's outside. And at the same time, the reason why we will be happy is something outside. So if you want to find freedom, that freedom is yourself. That freedom is not outside yourself. But in order to recognize that, you have to realize that the suffering is also not outside. It's not outside of your mind. Your whole experience is not outside of your mind. And that's how you become free of it. So you have to go from the mentality of a victim. The world is doing this circumstance, this thing, this self-thought. And that's because you feel a victim, why you feel disempowered. And we are always waiting for something or someone to save us, for finally getting to a place where I will live on vacations. I will have enough money not to work anymore. We are always looking for something that we can control it, whatever it is. Then suddenly we will be happy and free. But that's exactly the same chains that attaches to suffer because of the outside world. So we are all the time running away from the world and running to the world, looking for great things to make us happy and avoiding things that make us feel unhappy. But all that is just a charade we are playing in our minds. And that charade is made out of thoughts. That's why it's so important, meditation, to be able to shift your perspective to a stiller point from where thoughts are kind of detached from you. And you may not be used to this, although I'm pretty sure you live this, maybe even accidentally sometimes. Certainly, if you think in the moments where you were happy, you will find that there was some kind of ease or flow in your mind. Well, meditation is practicing that. Just practicing that. You just sit and just let it go. Let go your mind, let go your intentions. For this, I mean, just to be fair, not to make it sound too simple, you can access this gradually. That will be my solution for you. If you have tried this thing of abiding in presence and awareness, and it kind of worked, but it didn't completely work, then my suggestion for you is that you actually sit to meditate and stabilize your mind. Make that the center of your work. Because if you're able to stabilize your mind, everything will fall into place. You won't forget your power. You won't forget your freedom. So in order to stabilize your mind, you may have to go through these 10 gradual stages that I talk about all the time in the book, The Mind Illuminated or The Attention Revolution. That's the books that I will suggest you to buy if you think that I may be right. And I'm here to actually help you achieving that. That's the only reason why this YouTube channel. I want to share with you that you are free already. And more specifically, I want to share to you how to make it if you're not there already. But why will you be watching this video if you're not on your path there? You probably have these glimpses, you have this awakening sensation that where you suddenly just realize, oh yeah, this is not as real as it looks. You start figuring out your mind is playing games on you, but still, you cannot really get out of it. It always finds a way to get it back at you. And you find yourself, as much as you had your spiritual highs, you find yourself suffering again and again. And this can go on for many years, even for lives. That's why I want to bring this standard of quality to you, that in order your awakening to be full, you need to be all the time, experiencing from stillness that is beyond your mind. Otherwise, you won't be able to see the tricks. And your mind will tell you, you have to escape the world. You have to chase the world. That's all the mind is saying all the time. But you don't need to listen to that voice. So stop outsourcing your happiness. Stop outsourcing your suffering. How ridiculous it is when you say it out loud. But that's how you find your freedom. That's how you find that you are what you're looking for, what you're looking in the world for, this new piece of thing that will finally make you happy, be it a new video actually, be it something, all that actually, it is made from your freedom. Even that suffering experience of seeking, of chasing, of going for something, even then you are free below that, underneath that, beyond that. It is outside of it. It is in it and outside of it. There is no way of grasping it. You can only relax and abide in it. And you do that by completely letting go your mind. And then the more you practice this, the more you just practice surrendering your mind. And I'm suggesting, versus many of the people who talk about this, I'm suggesting a very technical way of doing this. Because I'm a very, very practical person. So I'm not coming here to say all these abstract non-duality teachings. I'm here to tell you exactly how to do it step by step. And again, check that books that I recommended you that have nothing to do. I don't belong to any organization. I'm just doing this from my heart to your heart. Because I know this is the way everybody deserves to be experiencing their life. So when you're able to, you learn to let go of all your mind or your learning. When you can give up of giving up, when you can escape, you're escaping. You find yourself being exactly where you always have been and the only place that you always wanted to be, which is being you. And from there, your life unfolds in perfect synchronicity, like a choreography of one experience after the other. And there is no suffering. There is only contentment and joy. And if you think this is too good to be true, then, well, okay, don't think it's true. Pay the consequences of thinking that is not possible. But I know you know that what I'm saying, especially if you got so far in this video, you know. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. I'm just remembering for you. I'm just remembering, helping you remember that you are already all that you're looking for. And in that recognition is the only moment where true happiness is accomplished by not accomplishing anything.